So why the Brivo Board? Well, in my practice of over 20 years injecting neurotoxins, I found it a challenge doing customized dosing as well as different neurotoxins and different dilutions to keep track of everything, for one, to have a plan to map out their individualized dosing, and then to execute that. I'm sure many of you can relate to the many different ways that you have drawn up your neurotoxins. Writing it up on a chucks, on a napkin, drawing up in the room while the patient's trying to talk to you, stepping away and having to come back 10 minutes later. In trainings I've done as well, I've seen all kinds of different ways, but that really brought me to the point of trying to come up with an efficient and effective way to streamline my neurotoxin treatments. One question I would have about the Brivo Boards is, even though you're doing a customized dose, each treatment you may be doing something a little bit different, adding more or taking away dosing or adding new areas. It's still much more efficient because I can either pull up or push back from my vials and still have this all ready to go. We've evolved into what our current process is with the Brivo Boards. We have 5 nurse injectors in our practice, so as my newer nurse injectors have come on board, what I've had them do is dedicate time the day or two before my treatments, and they will pull up on our electronic medical records the last treatment plan. They will write what that treatment plan has been for the patient, any other important notes as well, such as their birthday or other areas we've talked about with them. And then they will draw the toxins up. We have them labeled for different neurotoxins that we may use, such as Botox and Dysport. And then we also have labeled different dilutions. So for example, for Botox, if we use a 1 and a 2 cc dilution, we've identified that, and then they are clipped in onto the board, put in the refrigerator, and ready to go for me the next day. Not only have I found the Brivo Boards to be an efficiency tool in my practice, it is also about patient safety. So in a large volume neurotoxin practice where you may be using different dilutions and different neurotoxins, I'm assured, especially since I may not be the one doing my drawing up, that I've delivered the right dose, I've used the right dilution, and I've used the right drug. The next question may be, where do we keep the Brivo Boards? Well, each of our treatment rooms have refrigerators, and as you can see, the Brivo Boards stack up very nicely. The syringes are not impacted, and they also aren't going to tumble down. So we pull up for each of our patients prior to them arriving into the room. We pull up their board, we have it ready to go, and we even have a large refrigerator in our area where we drop, where we can stack additional Brivo Boards, as it is not uncommon for us to have up to even 50 boards drawn up at a time. You also can streamline your neurotoxin treatments and ensure patient safety by purchasing the Brivo Board now in bundles of 10. Just go to aestheticpracticesolutions.com.